Hello and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Faith Woodard. Rowley has the night off. We start tonight with state police announcing they have solved a near 50-year cold case in Lee County. Charles Wallace had last been seen by his family in 1974. Then in January of 1977, unidentified human remains were found on Highway 79, a few miles west of Marianna. But investigators could not figure out whose body it was or how they died. In March of last year, they reopened the case with help from a Texas forensic lab. And more than a year after that, they identified him and found two relatives in Tennessee. A big step in the process for both state police and the family.
There is nothing more rewarding than to meet with a family after, even if it's 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 minutes, for them to give you that hug and say, if you hadn't, if you'd have given up, we'd never figured out what happened.
Investigators say Wallace was around 21 when his remains were found, but so far the question on how he died remains unanswered. And an update into the investigation into Faulkner County we told you about Monday, as the jail administrator and housing sergeant have now been fired. It comes after the arrest of former Lieutenant Robert Doyle, who has been accused of misconduct involving a female inmate. According to investigators, the administrator and housing sergeant lied during the investigation, saying they knew nothing about the allegations. Meanwhile, in Bald Knob, police there say a man is dead after a fight at a local food truck. It happened around 8:20 on Monday. When police got there, they found a man who had been stabbed. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. The other man involved in the fight, 44-year-old Muhammad Kakra, was arrested on a murder charge. Well, let's bring in meteorologist Simone Thomas now. Simone, as we gear up for the big day in Little Rock tomorrow, we have the Razorbacks and Arkansas State. So what can people expect when it comes to the weather?
Well, definitely for high school football tonight, as well as any tailgaters out there early for the big game tomorrow. Some ponchos are going to be needed. Making sure you're weather aware, maybe with the THV 11 mobile app, because right now we don't have any storms, but through the evening we could see some strong to severe storms. This is all kind of set up with this cold front you see that's draped through the natural state and some of our neighboring states. Off to our east, there's a severe thunderstorm watch, and if you can see over there in North Texas, just north of Dallas, there is one lone severe thunderstorm warning. So through the overnight hours, as more of those storms develop, as this front continues to work its way south and east out of the state, we'll have the opportunity to see a few storms capable of producing those gusty winds and some small hail. So we've issued a weather impact alert primarily from midnight to 9 a.m. because, again, any of those tailgaters that have already headed out, maybe you're camping near War Memorial or you're just outdoors in general, you want to make sure you're staying safe. You secure those tents and tailgates. You're definitely going to need those ponchos for the rain tonight into tomorrow. If you're headed to the game, likely going to need some warmer clothes. Here's a look at what you can expect in the morning. Looking to see those temperatures fall to the lower and middle 60s. Again, the rain continuing through about 8 a.m. Then we're going to see some clear conditions as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Full details on the weekend ahead are coming up in the 7-day outlook, so make sure you stick around.
All right, thank you, Simone. It's the talk of the town. The Hogs and Red Wolves are set to clash tomorrow at War Memorial, and we're now just under 24 hours away from kickoff. But the fun doesn't have to wait for tomorrow. In fact, for some, it started weeks ago. Carter Thwee is live at War Memorial. Carter, what can you tell us about the tailgates and how people have been preparing?
Faith, it is definitely not just a game day affair. I talked with folks here at War Memorial today who have been preparing for days, even weeks, to make sure tomorrow's tailgate experience is one to remember.
The prep is ridiculous. It starts weeks away.
For Josh Cobb with Intense, a party rental service based in Fayetteville, it's been a busy couple of weeks. The company's providing all the tents for folks to tailgate outside War Memorial on game day.
Getting everything down here from Fayetteville and setting everything up, it takes multiple trucks, multiple trips, and lots of manpower.
Now people like Randy Land will reap the benefits. He's used to this as grill master for the Dallas Cowboys, but tomorrow the Arkansas native will be feeding around 150 soldiers from Camp Robinson.
The thing about this game is probably half of them will be Razorbacks, and the other half will be ASU. So it's going to be electrifying under this tent.
Also present will be the Tailgate Tour, which travels around the country with help from sponsors. Jay Friedman tells me this game was one they couldn't miss.
It's a special day because it's Arkansas playing Arkansas State. Means a lot for all the fans that are here in the state. Great opportunity for all those fans that live in Little Rock.
Both Friedman and Land have been hard at work this week. Work they know will all be worth it when the Hogs fans and Red Wolves fans alike gather under the tents on game day.
The team is fresh out of last weekend from the Ohio State-Texas game, where we had over 100,000 people with us all day and having a great time. We're looking forward to doing the same this week with all the Arkansas fans.
I grew up in this stadium, so I mean I've been through it with them all my life, and so it's pretty sentimental, but it's also exciting to have two Arkansas teams playing at War Memorial.
There's one quote I wasn't able to put in there, but I liked it a lot. I asked Josh Cobb, the guy setting up the tents, if he had a final score prediction, and he told me, I haven't had time to think about scores. I've been focused on tables and chairs. Clearly very hard at work here at War Memorial Stadium. In Little Rock, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
All right, Carter, thank you. Over to the state capitol, where Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders says Arkansas is taking steps to crack down on contraband cell phones inside prisons, phones that officials say are being used to coordinate violent crimes. The announcement came alongside FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, Senator Tom Cotton, and Attorney General Tim Griffin after a tour at the Varner unit, where thousands of illegal cell phones have been confiscated. Cotton has been a lead sponsor of a bill in Congress pushing to allow prisons to install jamming equipment, and the FCC is set to vote on a plan to do so later this month.
What I'm focused on for the people of Arkansas is not necessarily passing laws or putting out press releases, but getting results, making a difference in their lives. And I'm pleased that we've reached the point, because we have a president, President Trump, who's dedicated to law and order, and a FCC chairman in Brendan Carr, who is going to drive that agenda forward to allow our state prisons and jails to use new, modern, cutting-edge technology.
FCC's proposal would create a framework for prisons to work with wireless carriers to block illegal phone activity while protecting nearby residents' signals. The vote is set for September 30th. It's officially Hunger Action Month, and in recent years, Arkansas has ranked the worst in the country for food insecurity. Local food pantries are seeing the need grow firsthand every day. THV 11's Brooke Buckner caught up with one of them today to show us how they're continuing to fight hunger and how the community helps them do it.
We kind of look at it as a team effort for sure.
Feeding the hungry and serving the community. That's the Grove Store's mission. Travis Matthews oversees the food pantry and says he's seeing the need grow when it comes to people needing food assistance, especially seniors.
As things become more expensive, which we're all experiencing, sadly their income doesn't change, and so they're having to kind of wrestle with how to make ends meet. So we're happy to kind of be in the bridge, kind of be that gap filler for them.
The pantry is open 3 days a week, and people can stock up at the pantry once a month.
Our count is probably around 1,500, 1,400 a month, and that includes everybody from single seniors all the way up to families that are larger families.
And Matthews says although that number is big, so is the help from the community, and that's what makes all of this possible.
Amazing partnership with the Arkansas Food Bank, and they are wonderful folks. We could not do what we do without that partnership. We certainly have other amazing local partnerships with some churches and individuals that donate their time, and they donate to our store, which allows this circle to kind of continue.
And allows the Grove to purchase thousands of dollars worth of groceries every month to give to those who need it most.
This started as a dream and a vision with our church at Graves Memorial Baptist there in the Oak Grove community, and felt like this was our way to give back to our community, meet immediate needs, and then also grow out from that.
And hopefully change Arkansas's food insecurity statistics. In North Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News.
And although those shelves looked well stocked, the Grove relies on donations to keep it filled. You can drop them off at the center Tuesdays and Thursdays between 10 and 6 and on Saturdays from 10 to 1. Well, the need for more affordable housing is getting a boost of help in Northwest Arkansas as a new 89-unit community is opening to support people in need of a less expensive place to live. State Senator Jim Petty says the low rent prices will be a huge difference maker in lives.
Not sure what market rent is here in Northwest Arkansas. I know it's significantly more than what we're charging here. Our rents range from approximately $373 for a one-bedroom to our most expensive right now is a 4-bedroom single family, which is $753.
Petty says the development will support households making less than $50,000.